Nikki Young here with Ricochet Media. I'm at English Bay right now in Vancouver, the site of the oil spill that happened on Wednesday. Today is Saturday, and there was a huge climate demonstration that met up in downtown and marched all the way here. One of the concerns people really have is with the increased tanker traffic that the pipelines that are proposed are going to bring to this bay right here.
I was there when Mayor Gregor Robertson came after 42 hours, and the news was reporting that it's being cleaned up. I did not see one person cleaning it up. If this is what they called world-class tanker safety, then we are all in huge trouble.
Save our waters! Save our waters! Save our waters! We don't want your tankers on our coast! We don't want your tankers on our coast! We don't want your tankers on our coast!
And it's up to everybody here to make sure that the city and everybody else takes responsibility to make sure they protect not only everybody that's here, but all the kids that come down here. This is a shame, because we were here cleaning up the beach right in that same morning. And it's a damn shame that they were too busy talking about doing things and not doing anything. And that's up to us to make sure that we make these kind of changes. The Coast Guard office is just right over there, just over the bridge. If we're going to be making any kind of statements, we need to actually be making sure that they bring focus to the people who are responsible.
We started just taking it upon ourselves to actually clean up while they were talking about who's to blame. So, I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, they did as minimal amount as they could, and the irony out of it too is the contractors that they had to do a lot of the cleanup are actually coming from Kinder Morgan.
You can see people are still cleaning up over here. Looks like there's some city workers here finally. There's been a huge community response of a lot of people really cleaning stuff up. You can see there's actually oil right there. So it's really just all over the place. So we're in North Vancouver right now, where there have also been reports of oil washing on shore. I'm with Lila Darwish, who wrote a book called Earth Repair about community cleanup. And so what have you seen so far with the cleanup repair?
I think, what people have been seeing, like when this first happened, people saw a really slow response, and a response that I think a lot of folks have had trouble justifying in terms of it took them 6 hours to get boomed to contain the oil. A lot of people are also wondering why the beaches were never boomed, you know? So another thing these cleanup folks could have done is that when there was an oil spill, they could have gotten like preemptive kind of like containment booms on the beach. They could have put down straw or anything to kind of catch that oil so that it didn't kind of get up onto the beach and submerge itself, right, and stick to things, and they didn't.
So what do you think about the community response and how people have been kind of cleaning up just with nothing, no equipment?
I think I bless their hearts and their courage, because I think people do that from a place of great love and desperation. You should never be cleaning up oil without the proper gear, like ever. And I think that, hopefully from this incident, we can get together as a community and we can do some training and say, okay, if it comes and falls to us ever to do that again, we're going to make sure people are wearing the right gloves, they have the right respirators, they have the Tyvek suits, and that they aren't taking those kind of risks with their health, because this is risky business and you don't want to be throwing your people into it unprepared. The feds is where I'd put a lot of the blame right now. It's also the federal government that's been cutting all the emergency response programs, really downsizing the resources and the Coast Guard, closing the KITS Coast Guard station. So I think there's a lot of blame that can be put on the federal government for all their cuts. And they're also the same people who are trying to push through, like all the tar sands projects and all the tankers and say, like, let's open this up to even more, in extreme energy development when we can't even handle a grain tanker spill.